Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for Pluto transits Aquarius. This is an extremely long transit that's taking place. It will be going through this, Pluto will be going through the sign of Aquarius until the year 2044. It came in there originally in November of 2024, so it is a very lengthy transit. I'm going to bring readings every few months or so, a couple times a year, whatever. We'll figure it out as we go in regards to this transit. You can look at where 2 degrees of Aquarius is in your natal chart if you have that information. And that will and see what house that is associated with, because right now at this point it will be doing some sort of overhaul, deconstruct to reconstruct in whatever area, whatever house that is for you. So let's get going here. Let's see what energies are showing up for this part of the journey of this transit um, through Aquarius. Stand in your strength. So very nice energy. Sacrament of present. I feel like this is being present in the here and now. I'm also feeling standing up for yourself in some way, shape, or form. So I feel part of your transformation going on right now is you having the strength, courage, and confidence to not only stand up for what you believe in, but enforce those belief systems. I kind of feel there is a transformation that is taking place, maybe requiring you. So you may be being tested about the boundaries you have, enforcing the boundaries that you have, establishing boundaries, that sort of energy. The next energy that is showing up is the energy of optimism. So I'm feeling keeping that positive outlook, keeping your vibe high, really staying focused on the things that are working, that are coming together, that are being transmuted, the energy right now. Bottom of the deck is virtue of humility. So I kind of feel this is a humbling experience for someone. Even though I'm saying that, I feel like this humbling experience is also very empowering at the same time. I'm just really feeling strongly the embracing of one's true authentic self, the power that they hold, which is always a very beautiful thing to see, especially when you're seeing people use that power for a greater good. And this is what I'm feeling when I'm looking at all the energy of this beautiful bright light. I feel there is a portal. I feel like this portal has already began opening for you. Could have really started. I mean, it could have been something that's been in the works, kind of like getting sneak peeks of since November of 2024, but I feel like something very significant has shifted and changed or aligned or really showed itself so that it was very easy to recognize and see during the 1111 portal. So the next card that comes up is time to play. So I get the vibe that someone needs to incorporate more fun time, more socializing, social activities, doing what they like making time to really enjoy life, live life to the fullest is how I'm feeling with that. And that's very interesting because when I was journaling early this morning, that was one of the things that were popping up on there. I had these great big stickers. They said live. And my first thing was to life to the fullest. This is how I wanted to complete that part of that journal out. So anyhow, the next card that's showing up is, let me move these this way so you can see them all. Boundless potential. So again, I feel like somebody's creating something right now. I'm loving to see all the portals, right? But this one's like protecting this in this energy right there. I feel like somebody is harnessing their energy, right? So you may not be you know um I don't know if it's expressing it, if you're acting on that. I feel right now you're harnessing that energy. Like you're collecting it, you're strengthening it, you're developing it, that sort of energy. The faithful way is at the bottom of the deck. And I love when I see this card because it really feels to me like the Phoenix rising energy when I look at that. And I feel like there was a turbulent experience when it went to, or when it goes to transforming out of one cycle, embracing another cycle. There could have been some emotional turbulence. There could have been some challenging experiences in regards to what needs to be released and let go. I kind of feel like it felt like a whirlwind of activity between, the optimism, the hope, and the desire for the future, and the unfortunate pain and challenges of letting go of the past. So that's just how I'm feeling. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. Let's see what messages would like to show up for you in order to bring clarity. We're going to look at stand in your strength right now. Stand in your strength is clarified by the King of Air. So I will say straight up, the King of Air talks about mastering a realm. So I feel like you have mastered something very significant. I love to see the blue color coordinate because it always gives me that vibe of like this energy is in the flow, right? It's cohesive, it's working together, it just feels that beautiful energy. But I'm feeling somebody has mastered the realm of air. And I've always, I feel like since the day I was public doing readings and things like that, I've always talked about the king or the queen of air being an ascendant energy, right? Like that is one of the most challenging, I feel, things to master. Mastering the mind, mastering communication, mastering the thoughts, right? Because we can definitely get led down a very challenging rabbit hole, right? If we let these things run amok, if we don't take control of those things. And I know that anyone listening to this would probably agree that, throughout their life where they've let things spiral as a result of like thinking worst case scenario or always doom and gloom and that sort of thing, and recognizing that in doing so, it invited that energy in. I feel this is someone who is not inviting that energy in. They're inviting clear communication. They're inviting integrity, intelligence. A lot of, I feel, truth, clarity, transparency, that sort of energy. I feel like that energy I was talking about was something in the past that had them stuck, right? Yeah, stuck. 4 of earth to the 7 of air. And then underneath that was the high priestess. So I'm feeling like in the past, this is something that was almost like a self-sabotaging pattern behavior, again, where like I feel like their mind got the better of them in a negative way, right, instead of in a higher vibration. I feel like somebody has shifted out of that. And I'm also feeling as they're harnessing their energy, they're recognizing anything that may have contributed to that. Like when you're around a bunch of Debbie Downers or people who always think of every way that it can't work out versus the stepping outside the box and the innovative ways and creative ways that it can. Wow, so many cards wanted to fly. So this is what I'm going to do. It was like, I can't even believe you can't see it, but it was like, I don't know how these landed and didn't fall to the floor. Let me just say it like that. But these are the cards. We're going to take a quick peek at them, right? The one that showed up upright is the 10 of earth. And this is about that stability. This is longevity with stability in your finances, in your relationships, in your work, that sort of energy. These are the ones that did not show their face. And that is the page of fire, the 9 of air, the ace of water, the 9 of earth to the 8 of earth. And I feel for a very long time there has been, you see the 8 and the 9 of air, that talks about that mind energy. I feel like there was a very lengthy cycle where somebody was really stuck, trapped. Um, I feel like I feel like part of it is through lack of action, right? Afraid to take action, afraid to take steps, afraid to make moves, that sort of energy. But I feel like this is a area or a time or this transformation is where they're being liberated. They're no longer going to surround themselves with the thoughts that hold them back, that keep them down. They're opening that heart chakra. They're moving forward in a new way to build this Nine of Pentacles. I feel this is absolutely, because I did see the Nine of Pentacles, this is absolutely some work that someone had to do for themselves. This isn't like a problem where you can call your friend and I need help with this. This is an internal situation where someone has really had to go within, do some soul searching, face some shadows, face some fears, recognize some patterns. And I feel ultimately they've done just that, right? And now it like the future looks different because they're attracting in different, because they have mastered that realm of the mind, their thoughts, their communication, that sort of energy. Let's get some clarity on this optimism. Let's see and get some clarity on this optimism for the sign of Taurus for this first reading on this transit of Pluto in Aquarius. What is the clarifying energy for the optimism? Ooh, here we go. Wow, Ten of Waters, yes. I feel like this is about stabilizing and completing and accomplishing. I feel peace within, happiness within your home, joy within your career. I feel a lot of love. I feel a lot of feelings and I feel a lot of emotions. And I'm feeling with both of these sitting side by side, where they were working together, or this is where things are balanced out between the mind and the feelings. Bottom of the deck is temptation. I feel like this is that past energy I'm feeling about. I feel in the past, there was a lot of instability in a person's physical realm. And again, your physical realm can be, your finances, your resources, your home, relationships, anything like that. It can be. But I feel like somebody was really almost like on this back and forth, like, tug of war sort of thing between their physical reality and their emotional reality or stability, physical and emotional stability. I feel that with this temptation, like I do get the vibe that somebody has taken, maybe more than one wrong path or made one more than one wrong choice or decision, and everybody has. But I do feel with this energy, it's like no longer looking at that. It's like not claiming that as a loss, claiming that as a lesson, claiming that as wisdom, knowledge, like taking the beauty of those experiences and becoming better for it, right? Growing and evolving and ascending, which is really what I felt right off with that King of Air. And I mentioned that I always feel those are the most transformative ones out of all of the major suits like that. Very interesting. The King of Earth is here to clarify time to play. So I do feel like it is important, and I do feel like this is probably something you already are recognizing when I'm saying this, where it's time to make some sort of shift and change in your physical realm. And I do feel like it's in regards to maybe your social circle with activities that you do, things you become involved in, but they feel like physical things. Also, things that you value and appreciate and get great joy from, I'm feeling as well. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Earth, and I'm feeling this is you starting something new. Queen of Earth underneath that to the Eight of Earth. A lot of Earth energy. This is almost where I'm feeling like it's not going to be every new thing that you try that's going to stand the test of time, because you may get sick of it. You may start it and realize you're not really as into it as you thought you were, or whatever it is. But I'm feeling like somebody's finding their way with new activities, with new things to do in their physical realms, clubs to join, or groups to be a part of. And I feel, I don't know why, but this is just what's downloading to me. I feel like it's without losing their independent identity, right? Because a lot of times people will join groups, clubs, and that could have been a problem that you've had in the past. And it's something that you're moving through or over now or transforming out of, where they get all caught up. And it's because it's like you all got to think the same. It's like not about that. I feel like what I'm talking to, and I'm also seeing two master, two kings. So you're mastering two very specific things throughout this transformation. But I feel like it's about being part of something without losing your sense of individual identity, if that makes sense to you, right? I do feel there is major changes that are here, like on the table right now for that mindset, which ultimately is transferring into your physical realm, which, again, within relationships, your home, your stability, your security, all of that. These two popped out, messenger of water and the six of earth. So I do feel there's going to be offers and opportunities. I get this feeling because of this. This is the Six of Pentacles. Six is a balanced number, but you can see that the Pentacles are not all balanced out in this situation. I do feel like there are going to be offers and opportunities that are presented to you, and not all of them are going to grow, evolve, ascend. They're not all going to, um, you know, be part of a balanced whatever for you, right? I feel like it's going to be easy for you to recognize those. Again, I'm feeling like you're going to make judgment calls on what's staying, what's going. Like I said, nine of water was next to the eight of fire underneath all of this. So I feel like your judgment calls are really going to bring forth, I feel like they're going to be great judgment calls. I feel like in the past there was something that was blocking success, victory, moving forward for you. And I feel like you recognize what that is at this point. With the nine of waters underneath that, this is talking about making judgment calls that are ultimately leading you to more, blessings, more wish fulfillment. And then with the eight of fire, I feel like once you get this momentum, this energy moving, it really propels forward quite quickly. I feel a lot of things happening, a lot of opportunities, a lot of activity is what I'm feeling the most with all of that. So that's great. I love to see that for you. All right, let's grab you some messages from the universe has your back. And these are just messages of guidance and support from the universe in regards to this part of your journey. So let's see what energies want to show up. What energies would like to show up for the sign of Taurus? Energy flows where my intention goes. And we talked about this in this entire reading, so I'm not going to recap that. But I do feel like this is where someone has recognized where their energy was and the value of that energy. Like if they were doing things with, being optimistic and hopeful and in great intent, pure intention, from a place of love, that sort of thing, authenticity, all of that energy. I feel like somebody has recognized where that has always moved them forward, ascended, and helped them in a beneficial way versus all doom and gloom and, negative thinking and all of that. I feel like that someone is now focused and more mindful. I feel whoever I'm talking to, you're more mindful when in recognizing when that energy is creeping in and getting rid of that energy, right? So let's see what the next message from the universe has your back is here to say for you. This is for the sign of Taurus. So let's see. Yes, let's see what the universe has to say. Oops, too many. All right, one card for clarifying this Ten of Water. I choose love no matter what. Ten of Water, clarifying. This is all about unconditional love, genuine, authentic, um, really beautiful energy. I choose love no matter what. And this is that energy, like I was picking up on, where somebody is choosing to lead and move and go towards higher vibrational things, happier days. Like I feel also being aware of when those negative things start creeping in so that they can do to recognize them and to cut those things out, to let those things go, to shift that energy, right? When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Yes, absolutely. So let's keep moving here. The universe has your back. What's it talking about with this? Make time to play and the King of Earth. What messages in regards to make time to play and the King of Earth? And here's the card. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right minded thinking and the energy of love. And I do feel like this is in regards to social circles, friends, that sort of energy. I think that's what that's showing up for. That's what it's, feeling like when I'm looking at all of this energy and just the energy I feel moving through. I feel like there is this change in scenery, like I said. Like I feel like it's social circles, group activities, groups, organizations, things that you become involved in or get involved in. But I feel like these are specific ones that allow you to be part of something without having to like almost sacrifice yourself, right? Um, to be part of it. It kind of feels like it's a supporting of an individual, um, as you as an individual, as your authentic self, and there is not another one like you. When I lean towards love, I am led. And again, I love this energy. I'm seeing this orange. I feel sacral energy. So I feel like something is becoming activated. I feel like somebody is more standing in their power. Like internally, they're finding the strength and the courage to step out of a comfort zone. Bottom of the deck, I mean, the next card that shows up is joy is the ultimate creator. And this is where they're being led to, right? They're being led to a higher vibrational life experience with more joy, less happy, sadness, that sort of thing. More joy, less sadness. Um, More hope, less worry, that sort of energy. This is the bottom of the deck. When I am connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. And this pretty much started this reading, that energy that I was feeling. That was somebody has shifted, somebody has mastered that mindset. They have awakened and become more aware. They're seeing where things were like self-destructive patterns, behaviors, things like that, and they've eliminated them, or they work diligently each and every day to recognize those and do work accordingly to dispel or to release or surrender those lower vibrations. I hope this message serves you well. This is a very beautiful message for you, Taurus. Please leave me a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. I send you love and light.